sorry, all of that fucking mess. Okay, without further ado, let's get to the fucking video. Let's get to it. And let's see how much cringe there is.
Hi there.
Okay, I'm gonna drink for the accent. That was a hefty swig for the accent. All right? Acknowledged. Can we move on? Good.
I guess I'm a millennial. That's the generation that I am part of.
True.
And, I have to say I'm ashamed. I'm really ashamed of my generation because they're fucking horrible. Aren't they?
Are they though? Oh god, that freeze frame. Oh my god, it got worse.
A bunch of
I'm like moving the hair out of my eye, but it looks I'm like, oh yeah. Like what? I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing there. Fuck my hair, dude. Hair is always getting in my way. By the way, make sure to drink plenty of water. Fuck you, Rose Black. Also, thank you.
Entitled, spoiled, self-centered brats that get on the internet and cry and whine and complain because I'm so oppressed. Oh, look at me living in Western culture and going on the internet and...
Okay. So, I was pretty I was pretty uncharitable here. I viewed, first of all, look, I really hate this narrative of oh, you live in Western culture. You live in the freest place in the world. How dare you be ungrateful? Okay, I get that. We live in better places than others. But this place ain't perfect. There's a lot of shit that goes on here. There's a lot of people that can barely afford to survive here. And we should work to fix those problems. We absolutely should. But I had kind of the view that everybody who was part of my generation who goes online and says they're oppressed or they don't like some injustice that they perceive, they're just all whiny crybabies. So I guess you guys can see here where my mind was kind of at. This was me actually, this was something I made after watching just a lot of DP, a lot of fucking anti-SJW content, and I watched a lot of DP, I watched a lot of Undoomed. I was like, oh my god, this fucking victim culture. Fuck the left. Fuck these lefties, dude. And, I wasn't making it, this wasn't a partisan thing. This was just me being like, oh my god, fuck everyone, dude. Fuck them all. Because I was still well aware at this point that the right wing is bullshit. I want to ruffle Jay's hair. Yeah, dude. It is kind of cute.
Having my voice heard and being, adored.
Oh, so if your voice is heard, that means you're not oppressed. Okay. Yeah, if people can hear you, depending on what levels of... I mean, yeah, there were some, really prominent anti-SJWs at the time. But, okay, people can hear you. That doesn't mean you're not oppressed. People that are oppressed should be heard. We should be listening to them. We don't listen to them nearly enough. That's the fucking problem.
By all these people. Look at how oppressed I am. Maybe it has something to do with the baby boomers that most of us had for parents that completely fucked everything up. Because if you look back...
Okay, I still, I don't disagree with the fact that baby boomers fucked a lot of shit up. Now, we can go into reasons for why baby boomers fucked a lot of shit up. Baby boomers were fucked over themselves, and they were kind of not fucked over in they had shitty, I mean, some of them definitely did, but they were really fucking entitled. I still absolutely believe, baby boomers are the most entitled fucking generation I have ever fucking had the displeasure of encountering. Holy fucking shit. I do not like boomers. I should preface that by saying I don't like the stereotypical boomer. There's plenty of people in that generation who are perfectly decent people, lovely people, but the entitled fucking arrogant dipshit that thinks they're always right, refuses to listen to any fucking dissent, refuses to be challenged. Oh my fucking God, did these people raise a generation of fucked up kids. And they're still continuing to do it, by the way, because some Zoomers have fucking baby boomers for parents, and holy fuck. So yeah, no, I think the boomers are a problem. They are. They were. But hey, all generations have problems. I think that, I do think millennials have their issues. I don't think they're nearly as entitled as I thought here, though. In fact, I would say, honestly, me thinking that, like, oh, well, actually, here, we'll listen to more of it, and then I'll comment.
Back at that generation, they are also a bunch of whiny, spoiled, entitled, bitchy, self-centered idiots. Maybe it's just the human race as a whole.
So, okay, we'll go back on that for a second. So I said, the baby boomers, they're just as entitled and self-centered and all of this, which I do believe that still. They are pretty fucking entitled, self-centered, and all of that shit. But what I was doing here was, I believe, buying into, like, the baby boomer narrative that, like, oh, you fucking millennials, you're the entitled ones. Back in my day, my parents used to beat my ass and shit was harder and blah, 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 blah. We had to walk places and we didn't have all these video games and smartphones and blah, blah, blah. Like, overall, what I've noticed over the years is that millennials are not just as entitled as boomers. In fact, a lot of them are a hell of a lot more fucking compassionate and more caring of people and kinder people than a lot of boomers could ever fucking hope to be. But and more compassionate and more understanding and tolerant. But what I realized is this narrative that, oh my God, millennials are so entitled. Dude, all that is boomers projecting. Literally. Okay? If you're a millennial right now and you've ever gotten that shit from a boomer, like, oh, your generation today is so damn entitled, and oh, you think the world, you think everyone owes you something, and you think you're just entitled to this and entitled to that, and you get free stuff. You'll especially hear this if they're a right-winger and you're a socialist. You're like, oh, yeah, you boomers, yeah, you millennials, yeah, of course you just want free stuff. If you've ever heard this, I want you to rest assured knowing if the person was a boomer and a right-winger and you're a left-winger, they're probably just projecting. Because they see you trying to fight for something, trying to advocate for something better, and their cynicism kicks in, and instead of viewing it as, we want to make the world better for future generations and for everybody, they view it as, no, we're just entitled and we want stuff to be better for us. Because what do most middle-aged, middle-class, white, suburban people vote based on? What benefits them? Good luck convincing them to go support Black Lives Matter or trans rights or what the fuck ever. Some of them will. The ones who have, like, a personal stake in it, honestly. The ones that don't, they'll be nowhere near that shit. Because they don't have to be. Which is why they don't bother voting for Bernie Sanders in the fucking primary, because they don't need the stuff that he's advocating for. They have okay healthcare, and they can afford it because they have okay jobs. And because a lot of them were able to fucking build up investments and property back in a time when it was way more feasible to do so. So now they look at our generation, who's having a way harder time putting away savings, being able to afford a fucking house or anything, And they're saying, oh, these fucking damn kids, they're so entitled to everything. They just want free stuff. Free stuff, guys, that's all we want. Free stuff. I wouldn't care if I got every single Bernie Sanders policy implemented for literally everyone on the planet but me. That would be a worthwhile fucking trade-off to me. If I had to continue living in squalor while the rest of the world lives a decent fucking existence, I would do that. Because I'm not fucking selfish like you boomer pieces of shit. I don't care if it affects me. I want the world to be better. I don't want to leave future generations this pile of shit that we're forced to live in right now. That's why I advocate for things to be better. That's why I advocate for social justice. And, I don't know. Maybe if you did the same, Jay, you wouldn't have been such a miserable fuck. Cynical of everyone with a cause, everyone with an ideology that's not whatever yours is. Your ideology born out of an extremely narrow fucking point of view. But that's the thing. We come out of narrow point of views. We think we're right. A lot of people grow up in religious, right-wing, fundamentalist Christian households, and they think that's all there is to the universe. And it takes time when you're raised in that kind of shit to actually construct your thoughts and become your own person. So I'm not trying to be too hard on myself here. And by extension, I'm not trying to be too hard on anyone else who used to hold my positions that I held in this video. Because I understand where a lot of it fucking comes from. Especially when you're, like, not exposed to a lot of the injustice that goes on, and you think that you know something about injustice and being treated unfairly, and you think that, like, you're the only one who's been treated unfairly, and everyone else is just fucking spoiled and full of shit. Like, it's a very narrow worldview that I had.
Self-centered idiots. Maybe it's just the human race as a whole, now I think of it.
It kind of is. Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
We all suck.
It's just the human race. So, I would say I'm ashamed of being a Western person. I could say I'm ashamed of being a white person. I'm ashamed of my...
Ooh, white guilt. We got slightly there, dude. We got a little bit of the way to being based. Almost. And then I spent the next 3 years of my fucking YouTube career shitting on the idea of white privilege. Well, not 2 years, yeah. Shitting on the ideas of white privilege. And but part of me knew it, yo. Part of me knew it.
Generation. But honestly, I'm ashamed of my race. Because the human race is just disgusting.
By the way, I did, and I still do use the word race, not to refer to skin color, but to refer to humans as a whole. I believe we're the human race. There's other, like, because yeah, we're one. Fuck this, like, oh, you're this race and you're that race. Race is a social construct, bitch. You know what? I view us as the human race. I view race as being one species versus another. You know, there's the cat race, the dog race. There's probably some alien races out there. Okay? We're the human race. We're all fucking one. And I always did understand that too. I've never been like, oh, let's divide ourselves into this group versus that group and whatever. Like, yeah. I've always been against that.
And idiotic, and I can't believe we're still alive. I can't believe we haven't nuked ourselves yet. I think we should, though.
Okay, I agreed with it up until he said that, and like I do think I am kind of surprised too that we haven't nuked each other yet. Yeah, it's kind of surprising. We're still ticking here, but I don't think we should. I think that's a very cynical outlook on life. Like, yeah, everyone should just die. Like, what? Get out of here, yo. Let's make life better. Let's make a better world for fucking everyone. Stop being such a doomer.
I think for the sake of evolution, for the sake of life on this planet, we should be fucking nuked. We should just start nuking each other right now.
Yeah, dude. Let's just start nuking each other. Yeah, let's let the ducks take over, dude. Let's just be a planet of the duck race, the duck people, everywhere, yo.
Look at me. I'm such a trendy, entitled millennial with my booster juice. Yeah.
Cringe joke. Bad, unfunny. I'll take another drink for that. I'm sorry, guys. Do y'all even have booster juice in America? Or is that just a Canadian thing? I haven't really seen it since I've been here, but I haven't really been looking for it either. I know there's smoothie places. Anyway.
The human race is fucked, okay? For a number of reasons. Right now, I think that this whole gender politics thing, all the politics, really, the social politics and the actual politics, it's horrible, it's disgusting, it's ridiculous, and
I'm gonna be fucking really honest here. I didn't know what the fuck I was talking about. I didn't know what the fuck I was talking out of my ass here. Oh, yes, this gender politics. Oh, yes, it's so stupid. It's so dumb. Fuck the gender politics, you know? And what I meant was, you know, people talking about, like, well, gender. Well, I guess I knew what I meant on that front. But then I was like, you know, social politics, all of the politics, really. You know, it's all dumb. I don't know what I was fucking saying there. I don't know. That was dumb.
We don't deserve to be dominating the planet the way we are right now. We really
I do believe that, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't. That doesn't mean we should just give up. We don't deserve it, but we have a lot of shit we don't deserve. So let's just make the best of it. Let's try to make the world a better place as best we can. Let's do with what we have whatever good we can do with it. Let's try and make the world a better place. Fuck yeah.
Fucking don't. So I take back my original statement that I am ashamed of my generation because I'm ashamed of humanity as a whole. However, I'm also able to realize that as a part of humanity, I am both responsible for everything that my fellow human does, and at the same time, I'm not responsible for the actions of my fellow individual humans.
Okay, so I do agree with this. As a human being, we're all responsible for each other. We're all responsible for our collective humanity, our planet. This is our planet. You know, everything we do reflects on each other. Everything we fucking promote, everything we fucking advocate for, defend, whatever. Like, it all has an effect, and we are all responsible as one. And the idea that, yeah, we're also not all responsible for what every individual does, though, like, yeah, absolutely. And, if someone in my group, or whatever, my fucking, whatever, demographic, does something bad, I'm not necessarily responsible for it. Now, if it's something that's like an overarching, recurring theme of humanity, is something that we do constantly, then I maybe am a little bit more responsible because I at least am complicit by allowing it to go on and saying nothing. Like the veganism thing, yo. I do agree, like, we're horrible to animals. We are fucking disgusting. Factory farms are fucking disgusting. I still go to the grocery stores and I buy meat because I feel like I need it. I'm hungry and it's tasty, and you know, I'm pretty damn fucking skinny. I've got like anorexia and shit. I'm not fucking, so I need to eat as much as I can. So I'm not gonna limit myself further by like, no, you can't eat meat now. Like I fucking fully am aware that's a selfish fucking reason. You know, if my body was in better shape, I might be more down to like be vegan at least more often. You know, eat more vegan meals. Maybe not 100%, but like, But that's the problem. Like, I'm aware of the areas in which I contribute to the problem. That's what we all need to do. We all need to fucking be aware of the problem and willing to admit where we hold responsibility. I am responsible, in part, for the meat industry, and also, I am not responsible for, but I benefit from white privilege. And because I'm going to say, what I'm about to do here is shit on the idea of white privilege, even though I kind of admitted it to it back earlier in the video. I'm about to use this to be like, oh, well, individuals, you know, I'm responsible for our humanity as a collective. I'm partially responsible for it, but I'm not responsible for individual people. No, but I am responsible in part for some of the ways in which I benefit from white privilege without saying anything. You know, I benefit from the fact that when I encounter a police officer, I don't have to fear for my life. And that's not my fault, but that's something I should be aware of. That's something that all of humanity is responsible for, and I should be willing to own up to my, however minuscule it is, part in that. And so while you see me here trying to be, oh yeah, I take responsibility for humanity as a whole, but not really, because I'm going to exclude this thing that we do as a society, and say that I'm actually not responsible for that because that's just individuals acting. But is it? Is it individuals acting, or is it a systemic thing? Is it an overarching fucking problem that we all contribute to and or benefit from? And yeah, I do contribute to it when I do things, or at least did things at the time, like reinforce fucking dumb fucking stereotypes about black people. Not in a malicious way, but in terms of, like, you know, propagating certain types of humor and making certain types of jokes myself and, like, condoning certain types of behaviors. Like, yeah, I kind of did contribute to it a little bit. Maybe not as bad as some other people, but I did. Yo, what up, Chelsea? We had a really tasty vegetarian dinner tonight. Dope. Hells yeah. Yeah, me and Chess are eating, like, vegetarian, like, once a week. And whenever we do, she tries to make something, like, that's super high in protein, because I needs that protein. Hey, girl. Fuck yeah. Okay, let's watch a little bit more of Cringe Jay.
I'm not responsible for the actions of my fellow individual humans. Just like I'm not responsible for my fellow individual white people, okay?
Oh, there we go.
I'm not responsible for my ancestors.
I really did think that this was the depth of the fucking argument back then, that, like, you're saying that, like, I'm responsible for slavery? I'm not responsible for slavery. I didn't listen to the arguments, yo. I really didn't. I didn't. I was just like, you're saying I'm responsible because my ancestors might have been slaves. Fuck you. My ancestors weren't slaves. Not even all white people were slave owners. Fuck you. How dare you? I'm not even from this continent. Fuck you. You know? Yeah, really fucking dumb shit. I ignored all of the systemic issues, you know, I ignored all of the fucking portrayals in media that I, again, contributed to by enjoying and condoning and endorsing, you know. So, like, some cognitive dissonance going on here, definitely.
But you know what I am responsible for? I'm responsible for the future generation.
True.
I'm responsible for any children I bring into this world, which I don't plan to.
Still don't.
But let's talk hypothetically here. I'm responsible for the people that I've wronged. I'm responsible for the effect that I have on society and on this planet. And I am not responsible for the actions of individuals. And neither is...
No one really said you are, though.
Any other white person, any other male, any other cisgendered person.
Okay, see? So you can see where I was going with all of this, right? You're telling me because I'm a cis het... Well, I wasn't het. You're telling me because I'm a cis white male that, like, I'm I'm a bad person and I'm responsible for the other bad things that cis-het white males do. No. But okay, well, let's start with cis. As a cis person, you definitely contributed to transphobia. I know I did. As a white person, I definitely benefited from white privilege and in some ways propagated. I used the N-word a lot back then. Look, I have had a lot of black friends throughout my life, and this doesn't excuse it, but like, I've had a lot of black friends who were really comfortable with me saying the N-word around them, and I just kind of got used to saying it. They said it a lot, and they didn't care if I said it, and I've been around black people like, no, come on, say it, come on, man, say it, come on, you can say it, come on, man, it starts with an N, come on, say it, come on, you can say it, dude, come on, we're not gonna be mad, just say it. I have met those. I've been around those people. I've been around people who just like use it every few seconds, and I picked it up off of them. I had one friend that like he used to say it constantly, and I said it kind of offhandedly, like back to like, yeah, N-word, like whatever, like, yeah, you my N-word, yo, you my brother, you my, like in a positive way. And at first I was like, oh my god, I'm really sorry I said that. And he was like, shut up, dude. You can say it. I don't give a fuck. So whatever. I've been around a lot of people like that. And like I said, I was dating a black girl and she also didn't seem to have a problem with it. And there was a lot of people that I've been around that just didn't view it. It's just a word, right? They viewed it as it's just a word. So I didn't really see, even though I grew up around a lot of black people, I didn't see a lot of the racism they experienced because I just kind of wasn't looking for it. I wasn't paying attention. And I didn't see how that word was used against them. And maybe not the specific people that I was hanging out with, but there's definitely a lot of fucking black people that do have it used against them. I'm going to play devil's advocate for Jay there. There were some people, a lot of them were white, advocating that white people should feel bad based solely on being white. But I didn't know that they didn't represent the true argument. Yeah, no, I was in part responding to some of those people here. That is true. But I kind of didn't do my due diligence to like look deeper into the argument and listen to the other side and what they were actually saying. I kind of just believed the people I was listening to at the time and bought the fucking straw mans that they were presenting me with of their opponents. So it's unfortunate. Okay. Let's listen some more.
Okay? We are all individuals, and we're all pretty much equal. So, what you want to make it...
I'm sorry, that's cringeworthy in and of itself. We are all equal, guys. We are all equal. Wow, I was fucking naive back then. Holy shit. Holy fucking shit, dude. That was some naive fucking bullshit. Okay, let's take a drink. Okay.
Yourself, and the way you want to view yourself, it all depends on what you do with the life that you have. Because you've only got one, and if you...
Okay, I want to point out the fact that while I was saying this, I was living with my ex-girlfriend. I didn't have a job. I was collecting disability, and I wanted something better. And by the way, I was on disability for good reason, okay? I wasn't, like, scamming the system, as some people have accused me of in the past. No, I had really serious issues that I still deal with on some level, but I'm getting better at it. But I didn't really do anything to push myself out of that. I kind of just made excuses for myself. As you'll see in a minute here, actually. Let's keep watching.
You're going to waste it whining and bitching and moaning and complaining about how oppressed you are because of the color of your skin, because of your gender, because of the gender you're attracted to, then I'm sorry, but you are a waste of human life.
Oof.
And...
Oof. Damn. Damn. Really fucking harsh. Okay. If you're worried about that stuff, you're a waste of human skin. Okay. Definitely some cringe points there, so let's take a...
This planet doesn't deserve you. But unfortunately society does, because society has created you and made you the self-centered piece of shit that you are. So,
well, society is to blame. I'll agree with that part.
I don't know. These are my insane ramblings. Maybe I'm not making any sense. I know I'm not making as much sense as I am intending to here, but I think I make enough sense.
That's debatable. In fact, I'm gonna drink for that whole little diatribe there, because that was really cringy. That was really cringy. I don't know. I actually ended quite a few videos like that. Like, anyway, that's just my opinion. I don't know if I'm making any sense, but you know, maybe I'm not making any sense. Maybe I'm just some insane idiot on the internet. You probably shouldn't listen to me anyway. Like, oh my fucking god. It wasn't even funny the first time you did it, Jay. I don't know why you did it multiple times. In fact, I did it at the end of a video on Darké Corruptions, a channel that I was uploading to a year ago. Okay? I had put a fucking... I ended my first video on that where I was talking about Joe Biden's corruption, which I got to get to that video sometime soon as well. I was talking about Joe Biden's corruption, and I ended up like, anyway, that's just my opinion. You probably shouldn't even listen to me anyway. I'm just some idiot on the internet ranting and raving into a microphone. Okay. You know, that joke works if someone like TJ uses it, because TJ clearly, like, has an audience who really looks up to him and listens to him and what he has to say, and, you know, he's kind of is bigger than that. So to make the joke of, like, yeah, I'm just some nobody on the internet, you probably don't want to listen to me, you know, that works when TJ does it. Doesn't work when I do it, because I am some nobody ranting into a microphone on the internet. That's what I am. It's what I am. It's what I might always be. It's fine.
I'm going to upload this, and I'm going to hope that it has the effect of making at least one person think. Just think. I don't care what you think about, just think.
Think. Just think about it. I don't ever care. Look, if you think about babies getting murdered in an axe grinder or in a fucking wood chipper, you know, then that's fine, as long as you thought something. If you thought about big-tittied bitches with big bodacious booties jiggling in your face, well, at least you thought about something, didn't you? So it's fine, just go away from this video and think something. That's all I want. Jay, you fucking pretentious douchebag. Whew. Nobody listens to me equals only smart people listen to me. Yeah, kind of. That's the fucking dipshit fucking view I had at the moment. Only smart people listen to me. That's why nobody listens to me, eh? You get it? Yeah, because everyone sucks. Oh my god. I probably might have been delusional enough at that point in my life to unironically believe that. Like, that's why I'm not doing well on YouTube, right? It's because I'm so damn smart, and nobody wants to admit the truth. I'm the one with the key to fucking reality. I know all. Oh my god. If you can't laugh at yourself, then what can you laugh at? That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Holy shit. Okay.
Examine yourself. Examine the world around you. Examine who you are, the things you say, the things you do, and the actions.
See, that's something that it's something I've preached for a long time, but I've never really practiced until recently. Interestingly, and now I have examined some things. What I was talking about back then, though, because I kind of just examined one thing about myself and thought I was done. I examined my religious beliefs. I viewed them with a more critical lens, and I was like, you know what? No, this doesn't make any sense. And I figured, okay, yeah, well, I've done the job. I've come to the fucking enlightenment, you know? I've come to atheism. I'm an anti-SJW now. I follow the word of TJ Kirk at all costs, no matter what. Okay, even if what he says sounds really fucking ridiculous at the time, it doesn't matter. He is God. His word is law. Okay, and I must view everything through this lens, no matter what. But I'm totally critically thinking here, guys. Totally. Okay, but I will say, like, I've always like been pro like self-examination. If only I'd have listened to my own advice here and just like examined myself a little more. I don't know, yo. I don't know. Who knows how shit would have turned out.
That you have, and the effect that you have on the people around you.
True.
And stop looking for a scapegoat. I'm so sick of this victim culture that we live in. And I'm so ashamed.
Scapegoat, because anytime you point out that someone shares blame in a problem that affects you, all you're doing is looking for a scapegoat. Yeah, that's bullshit.
Because I've been part of the victim culture as well, okay? I've expected certain things because of certain things I've dealt with, okay? And maybe some of our victimizations are a little more valid than others, okay?
You hear that? I was doing it. Dude, guys, this is the hilarious thing. I was doing it as I fucking said those words. I was doing it. I was playing the victim. I still had that mentality in my head. Well, yeah, all these people acting like they're such victims, acting like they've gone through so much shit. They don't know. I'm the only one who's actually gone through shit. I'm the only one who's seen hardships. I'm the true victim. Go blow it out your ass, Jay. Go blow it right out your fucking ass. Holy shit. This is one of the things I'm most critical of now is people that call out victim culture but are actively a part of it. And there's a lot of people that fucking do this, by the way. I know a hell of a lot of right-wingers do it. Oh my god, the left is such victims, they're such snowflakes. But really, they're the snowflakes, right? We know that. And yeah, that's what I was doing when I was more right-leaning. I was like, yeah, dude, I'm fucking fuck this shit, yo. Fuck these victims. They're not victims. I'm a victim. And look, this is not meant to, like, again, I'm not trying to shit on people who still have the positions that I held or used to have these positions. I'm trying to call it out for what it is and be like, okay, here's the thing, guys. We all do it. I think we've all done this at least once. We've all called out someone for playing the victim, but then viewed ourselves as the victim in a situation that's not exactly fucking justified. We've all done it. And again, in order to stop doing it, we got to recognize it for what it is. We got to work towards not doing it anymore. That's extremely fucking important. And I love how I was able to make this video and not notice myself doing it, right? Oh, well, I've been through this and I've been through that, and I actually have a real reason to feel like a victim, but nobody else does. Okay. And I've even come to like some more reasonable positions on that over the years where I'm like, okay, yeah, look, I realize the ways in which I've been a victim, in which I've been fucking abused and hurt and gone through a lot of bullshit, but like, that's not other people's problem. That's my problem. That's something I gotta live with. And if someone in my life is kind enough to be there for me, or, you know, help take some of that burden off of my shoulders on a day where I'm feeling particularly fucking shitty about it, great. I'm fucking really grateful. But nobody is required to have to deal with that shit. Like, let's say I'm having a really fucking shitty day, okay? I'm having, like, a terrible fucking day. You know, I'm in a really bad mood. I snapped at Chess and pissed her off, and I snapped at someone in the chat, and the chat, my Discord server is mad at me, or I've gotten into a fight with someone, and I'm just like, oh, I'm seething, and I'm fucking, and maybe the reason that all of that happened is because I woke up feeling like fucking garbage this morning, and maybe I woke up and I went online and I saw something that reminded me of some like past trauma, and it just like stoked those flames, and I got worse and worse and worse. And so now I'm in a really bad place, but I'm also acting extremely toxic. Let's say I text Chelsea, right? And I'm like, hey, Chelsea, I need to talk, right? And she's like, okay. And I'm like, man, I'm just fucking pissed about this and that and this and fuck. Like, what, you know? Or let's say I call her up. It works easier if I'm like, you know, and I'm just like, you know, and she tries to help. She tries to be like, oh, well, you know, maybe this, maybe do this, or maybe don't worry about that, or whatever. I don't know. And I'm just like, fuck you, bitch. You don't know what this is about. You don't know what I've gone through. You don't know what I'm fucking dealing with. Is she obligated to keep talking to me at that point? Because I don't think so. I think if someone's trying to help you and you're too in your own head, in your own fucking victimhood to, like, see the genuine attempt that person is making to fucking be there for you, and you just shit on them, yeah, I don't think that person is now, you're entitled to that person's help, okay? And to that extent, like, I don't think, like, you have the right to be in a bad mood and go out and snap at a store clerk or at a fucking a person who works at a call center, who answers the phone at a place you call, or some person who's giving you who's serving you your food at a restaurant. That's not their problem. That's your problem. And again, provided you're willing to be decent to these. Now, if I was to, like, you know, message Chelsea and be, hey, you know, I'm not feeling good. Can you talk to me right now and just, you know, talk me down? And you know, and she was very polite, and I was trying to be polite back, and, you know, we were just having a conversation. That's fine. But if I'm going to be like, fuck you, you're like, but even if, like, let's say she's like, oh, I don't have time. I'm sorry. I'm really busy right now. I don't have a right to now snap and go like, oh my god, fucking bitch, never fucking has time, what a piece of shit. Like, because the fact is, other people are living their own lives. What if I snap at her because I'm having a bad day, but she's also been having a really bad day? She's also been going through a bunch of shit today that I don't know about, and I just make the assumption that, like, yeah, you fucking dumb bitch, can't even fucking help me, you're supposed to be my friend, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, maybe the other person needs someone right now. Maybe they're going through some shit. You don't know that. It's not other people's responsibility, guys, to, like, take care of your fragile ego, to, like, protect you, or, like, always be there for you no matter what. It's nice when they are, and we should be there for other people, but, like, and this is where, like, the entitlement comes in. A lot of people, like, do the victim thing. They like, go down the victim rabbit hole of, like, I'm such a victim, and because I'm a victim, I'm entitled to this, and I'm entitled to that, and oh, why can't, like, I used to be an unironic incel. I didn't even know what the term meant at the time, but I used to be like, oh my god, I can't get laid because I gone through this, and I gone through that, and I have this fucking, neurotic fucking personality trait, and I have this fucking mental disorder, and oh my god, like, it's not my fault, but I should have someone to fucking be there for me. It's not fair. Why does everyone else get to be in love and I don't? Fuck them. And then I turned it to, like, you know what? If I can't fucking have someone to love, then no one else can. Fuck everyone else who's happy. Fuck everyone else who's in love. This is what happens when we act entitled. And I love how I'm calling out my generation and my race for being super entitled in this video when I'm acting super entitled. Well, maybe not super entitled, but at least a little bit. Definitely came at this with an entitled fucking attitude. Not good, yo.
But at the end of the day, we're all equal. And
sorry, I gotta drink just for that. Every time I say we're all equal, that really does make me cringe. We are all equal. No, we should be treated equal. We're not. And maybe, Jay, maybe if you'd have been fucking honest with yourself and let me out sooner, okay, you would have fucking realized that a hell of a long time ago. That no, we're not all equal, okay? Because I realize that now better than anyone else. There are people that literally want me dead, okay? Because of who I am. My family would rather me be dead than me be like this. Like, we are not equal. I'm sorry. It's a nice thought. It's a nice, naive little fairy tale. But it's not real. Sorry.
None of us has any extra privilege simply because of the color of our skin or our gender or anything like that. We have privilege because of what our parents give us. Because of the life that we are born.
Okay. So, again here, what I'm saying without saying is that, see, all of you that are born in, like, decent families and shit and then complain that, oh, you're oppressed and you don't know. I was born into a shitty family and I was born into shitty circumstances, so I am the oppressed one. I am the victim. Like, I really was not, like, I didn't realize at the time, and maybe I should have, that, like, my situation wasn't that unique. A lot of kids grew up in abusive situations. A lot of kids still growing up in abusive situations. And it sucks. And rather than trying to, like, be like, oh, well, I'm special because I'm the one that went through this shit, I should have been like, damn, if I went through this, how many other people went through this? How many other people went through this and also had the added fucking disadvantage of being black? Okay? And, yeah, I'm like very narrow, but look, this was before, I'm gonna say this in the interest of charitability once again. I made this at a time in my life when I was still pretty damn sheltered. I grew up sheltered, not in a good way, but I grew up pretty sheltered, didn't really experience much of the world. And then when I became a teenager, I was still pretty sheltered. When I was an adult, I lived in my grandmother's house and didn't see much of the world beyond TV and video games and the internet. I didn't go nowhere. I didn't do nothing, didn't experience shit, barely had friends. I didn't know what was going on in the world. And I really did, like, arrogantly assume that, like, oh, well, what I went through as a child, that was more horrible than anyone could ever imagine. Yeah, well, I still knew that there were worse situations out there than me, definitely, but I figured they still weren't as common, right? I've learned since that that is not the case, unfortunately. A lot of it in fact, I'd be willing to bet that, like, drive around America, pick any house you want. I promise you, drive through a suburb or whatever. At least 50% of the house, probably 60, 70, 80% of those houses have something fucked up going on behind those closed doors. There's something. There's something that's not being talked about. There's some kind of abuse. There's some kind of, like, racist bullshit, or there's some kind of dumb, something's going on that they don't want the rest of the world to know about. Something. Most houses, more than, I would say most, the vast majority, okay? In fact, everyone's probably got some shit going on inside, behind closed doors that they don't want no one to know about. So, the idea that, like, I'm the only one who's gone through, yeah, that's the problem. And that's also what I was projecting onto, a lot of people I was criticizing here. I was like, oh, black people think they're the only ones that are oppressed because they had to be black. You know, well, I know black people and they weren't oppressed. Because, again, I was getting engaged to a black girl. And from the way I viewed it, yeah, she had a privileged life compared to me. Maybe not compared to most people, but compared to me. And a lot of the black people I knew had, like, you know, seemed to be in a better situation than I was. So I was like, yeah, fuck y'all. Trying to talk about racism. Trying to talk about, oh, look at us. We're so damn oppressed. Like, nah, fuck that shit. Yo, y'all ain't oppressed. I'm oppressed. Really dumb.
Born into. And I was born into a kind of shitty one. But you know what? I'm working hard to
No, I wasn't.
My own life.
No, I
I'm working
wasn't.
hard.
No, I wasn't. I was not working hard at all. I wasn't doing shit. And look, I might not work that hard these days, but look, I am. I'm working hard at building this channel, trying to make something of myself. I'm trying to make music. I'm trying to better myself. I'm trying to become a better person. I'm trying to come to more rational positions. I'm trying to be more kind and more caring and more honest with myself. And maybe I was working at that a little bit back then, but not nearly as hard as I needed to. Because a lot of areas I didn't want to work on. I want to just pretend I was perfect. That's the problem, yo. It's very hard to be critical with ourselves, but it's extremely important. But by the same token, it's also important that we don't get too critical with ourselves, because we need to be charitable as well. I realize what I came out of. I realize my ignorance, and I don't blame myself for it. I just think it needs to be recognized.
Become a decent person and just make something of myself.
Took a while.
Because all we can really hope for at the end of the day is that we'll have some kind of positive impact. And that's all I want. So, maybe disagree with me. Maybe think I'm a moron. Whatever. I don't care. Just...
Yeah, oh, what, you don't like what I have to say? Well, I don't care. I don't care. Look at me. I'm a big tough man here with my fucking alcohol. Fuck you. Okay.
Let me know. Fucking comment. God damn, no one comments anymore. Thanks for...
Because no one watched, you fucking idiot. Wait. Oh, yeah, you can't see it because it's like There we go. There we go. Yeah, I wonder why nobody commented, dude. I wonder why I didn't get any comments back then. Maybe because I had less than 50 subscribers and my average video would get like 3 or 4 views at best. I was literally wasting my time back then, but I thought that, hey, as long as I'm making videos and putting shit out there, there's the slight possibility that it could catch on. There's a slight possibility someone might be randomly surfing the internet and just accidentally happen to come across one of my videos, and by some fucking dumb fuck lack of judgment on their part, they look at me and go, hey, I this person, I'm gonna fucking subscribe. There we go. Yeah, subscribe to this shit. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna share this to my dipshit fucking audience. I mean, not my fucking Twitter followers, all 7 of them. This little fucking... See how good this guy... Yeah, fuck you, feminists. Yeah, fucking feminists, bad, dumb. Fuck, feminists are the reason I can't get a date. Yeah, fucking feminists. Make dating great again. Make women subservient again. Fuck yeah. Woo! I don't know, dude. I don't know. I figured whatever. Hey, if I cast a wide enough net, or any net, hey, whatever. I'll leave it out there long enough. I'll get something. Holy shit. Okay. It's fun to laugh at yourself, isn't it?